you need to watch out for, like in the marina, there's a lot of obstructions in the marina. We have a lot of docks out on the bay. We have a lot of old ore docks where we just got pilings stuck up. That's all weak ice around those things, so don't go near that stuff. Just stay away, keep you out of trouble. So, couple things. Now we know a little bit about ice. Now we're gonna learn a little bit about what to do if somebody falls in. So, one method that you can use if you or somebody you know falls in is a reach method. And all it is getting a pole of some kind. It can be a long limb off of a tree. It could be a shovel handle, a broomstick, whatever. And you just reach out to that victim and offer them something to grab onto so that you can pull them in. The problem with this is if the person's been in the water for a while, they're not going to be able to hold on to that. You lose strength quickly, all right? So, but it is certainly something you can do. Here's another method, is the throw method. I recommend if you're out on the ice, you have one of these with you. All this is a throw bag. You can buy these at L&M. River Rock had some. Pretty basic. I think these things are like 15 bucks or $12, something like that. And so if somebody falls in, all you gotta do is grab onto the rope like this, pull some out, grab the bag, throw it over their shoulder and beyond. Okay, so you wanna throw it beyond them and try to line that rope up, just aim for their shoulder. Once it lands over the top of that person's shoulder, you're going to instruct them to just twist their arm. Just tell them to wrap your arm in the rope. And what happens is it starts twisting around their arm like this, and as you pull, it's just going to cinch down on their arm because, again, they are not going to be able to hold on to this rope for you to pull them in. So you have to instruct them to wrap their arm around the rope. And as you pull, that'll cinch right down on their coat, and you'll pull them right out. Now, once you start pulling, instruct them to kick. Tell them to kick really hard. And the reason we tell them to kick is because if this is the ice edge and this is their body, they're going to be sitting in the water like this. As we start pulling, it's going to want to pull their body, and it's going to make their body bend right into the ice edge like that. If you tell them to kick, it tends to raise their legs up. As they kick, it raises their legs up, and as you're pulling, it'll help slide them right up onto the ice edge. So it's really important that you tell them to kick really hard. This is probably your best chance of getting somebody out of the ice, is this, okay? What's nice about the throw rope is you don't have to get so close to your victim. Because if they fell in, if you get too close, you're gonna go in too. So this is probably your best chance. And again, you can buy these things, I think they're 15 bucks or $12. What's nice about this is it's floating rope. So if you throw it to them and you're off by a little bit, the rope's not going to sink. At least it'll be on the top, and maybe they can reach over and grab it. So that's what's nice about this stuff, is that it's floating. Any questions on that? Again, this is a really, really good method, okay? So when this stuff doesn't work and we get called, most often this is what we're doing. We're coming in after you, all right? We'll come in and get a hold of you, and we wrap a rope around you, and then both of us will be pulled in. So. Some of you may know this is the Ice Angel. This is what we use on the department for ice rescues. So if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. Just a little information, since we got into this building, we were able to cut our response time. We used to be about 21, 22 minutes from the time the 911 call came in to the time that we were on the ice, because we used to have to drive across town to a building that the city rented and open up a door, hook up the trailer, and then go. Now, being in this building, we can have the craft hooked up. Like right now, you can go out there, it's hooked right to the truck, ready to go. We can be on ice in about sub 8 to 10 minutes right now. So we cut our response time by a lot. So that's huge. So it's made a big difference for us. Now, that said, keep in mind, if you're out let's say you're off of Houghton Point. We have to go all the way across the bay, and if it's super, if we have a lot of pack ice or ice that's froze when it was windy and it's really rough, we can't go too fast because it'll bust the craft up. So we have to get to you, and sometimes that's going to take a little while. So just think about that. Think about falling through the ice, and then if somebody's with you that can call 911 right away, the 911 call gets to the dispatch center, they page us out, we're on the ice in about 10 minutes, and if we have another 10 or 15 minute ride to you, you've now been in the water for almost 25 minutes. You're going to be cold, I can guarantee you. So, with that, we're going to talk a little bit about these, okay? Does everybody know what these are? Okay, ice picks. These things right here are your #1 best chance of surviving falling through the ice. It's not that. It's these. $6. This is your #1 best chance of surviving falling through the ice. Because you can get yourself out with these. And you can be on your way to a warm vehicle before we even get on the ice with that. Okay? It's imperative. If you're going to be out on the ice, snowmobiling, ATVing, ice fishing, whatever, just carry some of these with you. And they do no good stuffed in your back pocket. They do no good stuffed in a pocket of your parka. Okay? They're made to go around your neck like this for a reason. Because they're right here. Okay? You fall in, you can grab them, reach out, stab the ice, and pull. And when you stab the ice and pull with both arms. Okay? I see a lot of times people, they'll go like this and they'll pull, and then they'll go like this and they'll pull. You're only using one of your arms. Why would you do that? Okay? You want to use both arms, right? Use all the strength you have. That's going to be in both arms. So stab them both out in front of you, pull, and as you're pulling, kick. Just kick really hard with your legs. As you're pulling, you're probably going to get up onto your chest, onto the ice, and then the ice is going to break and you're going to fall back through. That's probably going to happen about 3 or 4 times. And you're going to be super tired. I can guarantee you that. It's hard, but it works. Okay? Now, if you do fall through, make sure you turn around and go back out the way that you were coming in. Okay? So, if I'm walking from this direction right here and I fall through, I should turn around and try to get back out this way. Don't go that way, don't go that way. And the reason is because we know the ice was good back there, right? Because it held us until we fell through. So, that's going to be hard to remember, but just think you just got to go back to the way you came. Okay? So you fall through, the first thing that's going to happen, and I'm sure you've all experienced in the shower or something, you get a blast of cold water, what happens? Yep, you get that big like that, and that's going to suck. And I can tell you what, it's a lot worse when you go through the ice water. Okay? Because I've done it, I've tried it, and you're thinking you're not going to make it. But that goes away within about 10 seconds. So once you fall through, and I know this is hard to say, but try to relax a little bit. Let that subside. So you fall through, you bob back up, and you're like, It will settle down, and you'll be able to breathe again. By the time you get these out and ready, that feeling will be gone, and you'll be able to breathe again, and then you start working on getting yourself out. Okay? It does work. If you do it the way I told you, it does work. And this is your #1 best chance of getting out and being alive. Alright? I just can't stress it enough. And we all know how much we spend on ice fishing stuff, right? I'm sure there's people in here that have bought an Vexilar that's $400. We've all bought in portable ice shacks that are $500 to $800. Probably have a snowmobile that costs $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever it is, or more. Okay, $6. Alright, so just keep that in mind. So, recommended minimum ice thickness, 4 inches for ice fishing or people walking, okay? 6 inches for snow machines, meaning snowmobiles and ATVs. Now, this is where we have to be a little cautious. When we talk about snow machines and ATVs, some of these big UTVs that are coming out now, they have a front and a back seat, and then people are putting tracks on them. That is no longer considered an ATV or a snowmobile, okay? That's starting to get more towards a small car. So keep that in mind. Sometimes that gets people in trouble too. 8 to 12 inches for a car or light truck. And when I say a light truck, that's just like a regular old pickup, okay? Now if you have a big dually 1-ton diesel, that is not a light truck, okay? So now we're looking at 14, 15 inches for something like that. Or if you have a regular pickup with a plow on it, same deal. It takes a little bit more ice for that. Alright? The thing to remember, like I talked about earlier, these measurements are all based on that clear ice. Alright? So if we get snow ice or layered ice or candled ice, these measurements are all off then. Okay? So, checking ice conditions. First thing you can do is call your local bait shop. The local bait shops all have guides that work with them, and most of those guides are out on the ice every day, pretty close. The guides do report back to the bait shops, so you'll get a little bit of information there. Next thing is check the ice yourself, okay? Both thickness and quality.